Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone. Today we will discuss another unit of O level physics 5054, that is unit number 4, mass, weight and density. In this unit we will discuss different topics, that what is meant by mass, what is gravitational field, what is the concept of weight, how we can calculate density by different methods. So let's start the unit, and we will first of all discuss the definition of mass. So learning outcome A, the definition of mass. Mass is the quantity of matter or amount of substance in a body. Let's suppose if I have a marker in my hand, definitely this marker is made up of small particles. And suppose if it has 1000 particles, then these 1000 particles are considered as quantity of matter. So collectively this is called as mass. The symbol of mass is small m. The unit of mass is kg, or sometimes it is also measured in grams, but its SI unit is kg. Mass is measured by physical balance, or beam balance. So what is meant by the mass? Quantity of matter or amount of substance in a body is called its mass. Mass is represented by small m, unit of mass is kg, and mass is measured by physical balance or beam balance. It is also measured by electronic balance for precise values. After covering the concept of the mass, now we will discuss what is meant by inertia. So in order to understand the inertia, first of all we will perform two activities, and then I will explain those activities and will explain inertia. So let's enjoy those two activities. Hi everyone. Now I will explain the phenomena of inertia by considering two different examples from daily life. One example is of the coin and the glass, and other example is of the piles of the book. So let's see how inertia works in our daily life. Can you see the coin over here? So this is the coin and this is the cardboard. First of all, I am going to place the cardboard on the glass, or covered glass with the cardboard, and has placed the coin at the center of the card. Now when I am going to move the card slowly, you can see coin moves as well as card moves. But after placing the coin again at the center of the card, when I am going to flip the card quickly, now you can see what happened. Due to the inertia of the coin, because coin was at the state of rest, when it was supposed to change its position, it resists change in its state of rest. So what happened? When I flipped it quickly, where was the coin now? Coin was supposed to be in the glass. and it is due to the inertia. Now another example from daily life, that let's suppose there are many books over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of these books I want to take out this book. You can see 3 books are over here and other books are over here. When I am going to apply the or pull the book like this, other books are also moving. But when I am going to pull this book quickly, then you can see the other books almost remains at their position. So in this way we can explain the examples of inertia from daily life. So I will explain another 2 examples in our daily life as well. Whenever you are sitting in a car, the car is at rest, and when suddenly car moves, accelerate, what happens? You are supposed to move in which direction? In backward direction. Car was moving in which direction? In forward direction. Suddenly, and you are supposed to move in backward direction. This is why this is due to inertia. Another example from daily life, let's suppose if you are sitting in the car and car is moving, suddenly brakes are applied. What happened? You are supposed to move in which direction? In forward direction. Car was supposed to be stopped. Now what happened? Your body was moving. When it was supposed to be stopped by the car, it resists change in its state of motion. So it continues its motion, and this is the reason that when accident occurs and if we are not using the seat belts, then due to inertia the head of the driver crashes into the steering or into the windscreen. So this is the reason we are supposed to use the seat belts. I hope you have enjoyed those activities, and now I will explain that what is meant by inertia actually. Mass of a body which resists change from its state of rest or motion. So what is meant by resists? Let's suppose in those 2 activities you have observed when the coin was at the state of rest and when card was flicking slowly, the coin was moving with the card. But when the card was flicked quickly, what happens? Initially coin was at the state of rest, so it maintains its state of rest. It was supposed to be moved, but due to inertia it has to be in the state of rest. This is the reason when card was flicked quickly, the card moves, but the coins was supposed to be fall down in the glass. So in this way coin fell down in the glass and the phenomena of inertia was executed in that example as well. So if the body is at rest, it will maintain its state of rest, or if body is moving, it will maintain its state of motion. The example was there when we were sitting in the car and the brakes were applied and car was moving. Then what happened? When brakes were applied, car was supposed to be stopped, but our body was supposed to be in motion because it resists any change in its state of motion. So this is the reason our head collides with the steering wheel or in the front screen. Let's pose another example in order to clear the concept of inertia, that inertia depends on the mass of the body. Let's suppose if I have a block of 200 kg and there is another block of 50 kg. I have to push these two blocks. Now what do you suggest? Will it be easy for me to push the block of 200 kg, or will it be easy for me to push the block of 50 kg? Definitely it will be easy for me to push the block of 50 kg because it has less mass, so it has less inertia. It will be difficult for me to push the 200 kg of the block. Why? Because it has larger mass, so it has larger inertia. So from here what we can conclude, that larger the mass, larger the inertia. And smaller the mass, smaller will be inertia. Another example which is usually being asked in the examination regarding the inertia is the example of the car moving with the driver, without passengers and with passengers. Let's suppose if a car is moving on the road only with the driver, then will it be easy for the driver to stop the car? Or if there is a car along with the driver and with the passengers sitting in it, what do you think? What do you suggest? Which car will be easy to stop and which car will be supposed to be stopped by difficulty? So definitely the car which is having only driver will be easy to stop, and the car having driver along with the passenger will be difficult to stop. What is the reason? Because the car and the driver both cumulatively have the less mass, while the car with the driver along with the passengers has more mass. So larger the mass, it will be difficult for the driver to stop the car. Smaller the mass, it will be easy for the driver to stop the car. So I hope that now the concept of inertia is clear to all of you. Now we will discuss another learning outcome of this unit, and that is gravitational field and gravitational field strength. The next learning outcome in this unit is the concept of gravitational field. Let's suppose if I am going to throw this marker in upward direction like this, then what happens? As soon it is moving in upward direction, there is a force acting on the marker which is reducing its velocity, and that force is the pull of earth or the gravitational force of the earth. So gravitational field is the space or region in which a mass experiences a gravitational pull. Around the earth this force exists. It is always assumed that this force exists around the earth. From each and every direction it acts on the bodies and pulls the bodies towards the center of the earth. So a region in which a mass experiences a force due to the gravitational attraction, it is a non-contact force. It is not necessary that the body is supposed to touching the earth or not. Even if the body is in air, still this force attracts on the body. The next part is the definition of weight. Weight is the concept that the force, the pull of gravity acting on the body. And if we are supposed to define gravitational field strength, then this will be in the gravitational field of Earth, the force of gravity acting per unit mass is called as gravitational field strength. The symbol of weight is W, and the symbol of gravitational field strength is small g. The symbol of weight is W and the symbol of gravitational field strength is small g. So its formula is W over m, where W stands for weight or the force of gravity and m stands for mass. Its unit is Newton per kg and its equivalent unit is meter per second square. So Newton per kg is the unit of gravitational field strength and its equivalent unit is meter per second square. Its value on the surface of Earth is 10 Newton per kg, and as we are moving away from the Earth, the value of gravitational field strength decreases. What does it mean? That as we are moving away from the Earth, the value of G decreases. So as far as we are moving from the Earth, the value of G decreases accordingly. This is the reason on the surface of Moon, its value almost remains 1.62 Newton per kg. It means that whenever a body is placed on the surface of Earth, so what will be the value of gravitational field strength? It will be 10 Newton per kg, and on the surface of the Moon, the value of gravitational field strength or the value of gravity acting on the body is 1.62 Newton per kg. So these were the learning outcomes C and D, and from here we can write the formula of weight as well. So formula of weight becomes W is equals to mass into gravitational field strength. So what is the formula of weight? W is equals to mg. So let's pose two different examples in order to calculate the weight of the bodies. Suppose the mass of the body is 100 kg and the body is supposed to place on the surface of Earth. For surface of Earth, value of gravitational field strength is 10 Newton per kg. So what was the formula of the weight? Formula of weight was W is equals to mg. Value of m was 100, value of g was 10. So value of the weight on the surface of Earth will be 1000 Newton. As compared to the value of gravitational field strength on the surface of Earth, we will consider that we are placing the same mass on the surface of moon, wherever its value will be 1.6 Newton per kg. So what was the formula of weight? W is equals to mg. Value of mass was 100. Value of gravitational field strength was 1.6. So 100 into 1.6. So it will be equals to 160 Newton. So now you can see easily that for the body of mass 100 kg, the weight of the body on the surface of earth is 1000 Newton, while if the same body is placed on the surface of the moon, out of 1000 newtons, its value remains only 160 newtons. What does it mean? That if we are moving further away from the surface of earth, weight of the body gradually decreases. On the surface of the moon, for the mass of 100 kg, its weight remains only 160 Newton. This is the reason we are feeling lighter while on the surface of the moon, and we are feeling heavier on the surface of earth. And one more thing we can conclude from this discussion as well, that mass of the body, what was the mass of the body on the surface of earth? 100 kg. And what was the mass of the same body on the surface of the moon? 100 kg. So from here what we can make conclusion? That mass does not change by changing the location or position. It means that mass remains constant. It has no effect, or it is not affected by the change of place. So I hope that now the concept of weight is clear to you, and in next topic we will see the difference between the mass and weight. But one point is being left, that mass is measured by physical balance or beam balance, but weight is measured by spring balance or Newton meter. So in next topic I will explain brief differences between mass and weight. In next two learning outcomes, that is E and F, I will explain the difference between mass and weights, how we can measure the masses of the body if weights are given, and by using which instruments we can measure mass and weight. So first of all, definition: quantity of matter in a body is called as mass, while gravitational pull of earth acting on the body is called weight. Mass is represented by small m, weight is represented by small w. Unit of mass is kg, we will consider as a unit, and the unit of weight is Newton. We can calculate mass by using the formula F is equals to ma, m is equals to F over a. We can calculate weight of the body by using formula W is equals to m into g. Or from here as well we can calculate the mass of the body, W over g. Number 5. Mass remains constant everywhere. Mass remains constant everywhere. whereas weight changes from place to place. Number 6, mass can be measured by physical balance, beam balance, or electronic balance. While we can measure weight by spring balance, or Newton meter. So in this way we can see the difference between mass and. Now let's suppose value of weight is given 1000 Newton, value of G is given 1.6 Newton per kg, that is value of gravitational field strength. Then we have to find the value of mass. What was the formula of weight? W is equals to mg. M is equals to W over G, 1000 divided by 1.6, and M is equals to 625 kg. Now we will consider another example when value of gravitational field strength is given is equals to 10 Newton per kg. W is equals to 1000 Newton, G is equals to 10 Newton per kg, M is equals to question mark, M is equals to W over G is equals to 1000 over 10. So M is equals to 100 kg. So in this way we can calculate the mass of the body if value of gravitational field strength and value of weight is given. Now I will explain different examples from past papers regarding the mass and weight.